committee of experts on the rights and welfare of the child regarding Tanzanian girls, pursuant to the Tanzanian having ratified the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. The decision arose from a complaint or communication made against the government of Tanzania to the committee on behalf of Tanzanian girls, filed by the Legal and Human Rights Center and the Center for Reproductive Rights, CRR, in 2019. The communication aimed at defending girls who get pregnant while in school from being denied their right to continue with their education. Center for Reproductive Rights and Legal and Human Rights Center presented 5 key issues that infringe the rights of girls that the committee deliberated on. These issues are: A, enforcing mandatory pregnancy testing in schools; B, the expulsion of pregnant and married learners from school; C, the denial of re-entry to school after childbirth; D, the illegal detention of pregnant girls; and E, the failure to provide adolescents with sexual and reproductive health information and services leading to early pregnancies. The issues mentioned above infringe girls' rights as highlighted in the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child as follows. A, the right to education, Article 11. B, the right to health, including the right to access sexual and reproductive health information and services, Article 14. The rights to equality and non-discrimination, Article 3. The rights to be protected from harmful social practices and stereotype, Article 21. The principle of best interest of the child, Article 4. The rights to privacy and dignity, Article 10. The rights to be free from cruel, inhuman and degrading treatments, Article 16. The right to general measures and implementation, Article 1.
Before the committee delivered its decision on the committed on behalf of Tanzanian girls was one on merit, and the committee decided in favor of the girls who are represented in this case during its 39th ordinary session conducted in April 2022. In its decision, the committee considered the circular and the guidelines on return to school and found that they had not adequately addressed the infringement of rights that had been highlighted in the communication or complaint. Specifically, the committee noted: A, the circular does not address most of the issues raised in the communication, which were mandatory pregnancy testing, the expulsion of pregnant and married girls, denial of re-entry to schools, and detention of pregnant schoolgirls. The circular is not clear about the situation of children who are expelled from school due to pregnancy, as it only refers to those who dropped out of school due to pregnancy. C, the importance of adopting comprehensive and vivid circular laws. D, the circular has a time limitation and only allows those who dropped out of school within 2 years before the circular was issued. This excluded all schoolgirls on whose behalf the communication was submitted. The exclusion of children who had been expelled from schools due to criminal cases negates the purpose of the circular as it relates to the communication. Wedlock is a ground for expulsion from schools in the education regulations. Hence, the circular can be used to deny the readmission of married schoolgirls. The circular does not have a clause about repealing the education regulation under which adolescent girls were undergoing forced pregnancy testing and expelled from school when found pregnant, or other rules and policies inconsistent with adolescent girls' rights. Moreover, there is no indication that the circular takes precedence over the regulation. From the presented facts and the deliberation of the committee concerning the matter, The committee ordered the government of Tanzania to do the following. 1. Immediately prohibits mandatory pregnancy testing in schools and health facilities and publicly announce the prohibition. 2. Review the Education, Expulsion and Exclusion of Pupils from School Regulations 2022, General Number 295 of 2022, and in doing so, remove wedlock as a ground of expulsion and provide an indication that the moral ground of expulsion should be interpreted narrowly and should not apply in cases of pregnancy of schoolgirls. 3. Undertake concrete steps to prevent the expulsion of pregnant and married girls from schools, including by providing laws and policies on the same. 4. Remove any policy of non-reentry of schoolgirls, including girls who have dropped out of school due to pregnancy or wedlock. 5. Immediately readmit schoolgirls who have been expelled due to pregnancy and wedlock and provide special support programs to compensate for the lost years and ensure better learning outcomes for the returned girls. 6. Provide clear guidance to school administrators that girls who drop out of school due to pregnancy or wedlock with their preference are allowed to come back to school with no preconditions. 7. Investigate the cases of detention of pregnant girls and immediately release detained pregnant girls who are being interrogated to reveal who impregnated them and stop such kind of illegal arrest of pregnant girls. 8. Provide sexuality education for adolescent children and provide child-friendly sexual, reproductive, and health services. 9. Undertake extensive sensitization of teachers, healthcare providers, police, and other actors with regards to the protection that should be accorded to pregnant and married girls. 10. Undertake proactive measures towards the elimination of child marriage and other harmful practices that affect girls, including by taking measures to address the underlying factors such as gender-based discrimination, poverty, and negative customary and societal norms. 11. Create a conducive reporting and referral mechanism for survivors of sexual violence, including child marriage, and provide psychosocial support, rehabilitation, and reintegration services for the survivors. 12. Investigate and prosecute perpetrators of sexual violence and child marriage. 13. Act against any actors who conduct forced pregnancy testing of any kind or who discriminate against girls on the grounds of their pregnancy or marital status, such as expulsion and detention. And finally, provide special support to pregnant and married girls to continue their education in a school of their choice and based on their consent. The committee ordered Tanzania to implement the above measures and report to it on the progress it makes within 180 days, which have since lapsed. This win is key for the rights of girls in Tanzania who have been subjected to discrimination for a long time, and it is our hope that Tanzania will urgently and fully implement the above proposed measures.
We, the undersigned Tanzanian Regional African Children and Children of Tanzania, wish to recommend the following to the United Republic of Tanzania. A. Repeal and amend all laws and guidelines that discriminate against girls and prevent them from enjoying their right to education and health. For example, Regulation number GN number 295 of 2002, the Education Act, and the current adopted education policy. Ensure all teachers and the parents are informed and sensitized on re-entry of girls to school. Ensure all girls access information on the right to re-entry and all girls, including the right to access to comprehensive sexuality education, as set out by the committee. Ensure all girls that dropped out of the school or were expelled are given opportunity to go back to school if they want so. Ensure provision of adolescent-friendly sexual and reproductive health information and the services to all adolescents. Putting in place supportive measures, including safe and conducive learning environment, building and capacity of teachers, and providing counseling and mental health support to actualize the return to school of all girls who had dropped out or were expelled from school. Create awareness in communities and schools so that they are accepting offer support to the girls and end stigma and discrimination. To learn from and adopt the best practice from other countries on reentry of girls. To implement all recommendations in the decision number 2 of 2022 of the committee regarding Tanzanian girls. Released today, 18th of May 2023. Thank you. Mwaka jana, kwanza mashirika tuliyokutana hapa ni mashirika ya Tanzania pamoja na kikanda yanayofanya kazi kwenye eneo la haki za mtoto wa kike, haki ya uzazi pamoja na haki ya elimu. Na mtakumbuka mwaka jana mwezi wa 11 African Committee of Experts on Right on Welfare of the Child walitoa uamuzi kwenye shauri ambalo lilifunguliwa na Kituo cha Sheria za Binadamu pamoja na Center for Reproductive Rights kuhusu Tanzania kuwafukuza na kuondoa mashuleni watoto wanaopata ujauzito. Na hoja ambayo tulizipeleka mbele ya kamiti zilikuwa ni kwamba mojawapo ilikuwa ni kulalamikia kupimwa kwa lazima ujauzito, lakini pia kufukuzwa na kuondolewa kwenye mazingira ya shule, lakini na la tatu ilikuwa ni kuwanyima watoto nafasi ya kuendelea na masomo hata baada ya kujifungua, lakini pia kukupo na kesi ambazo watu walifungiwa au kushikiliwa ili watoe maelezo walipataje mimba au nani anahusika. Lakini na pia tulikuwa tunatamani Tanzania iwe na mazingira wezeshi ya kupata elimu ya uzazi kwa watoto wa kike ili kukwepa kupata ujauzito. Sasa kamiti baada ya kusikiliza hili shauri mwaka jana mwezi wa 11 walitoa maamuzi ambapo iliapa Tanzania siku 180 wao wametekeleza uamuzi. Siku 180 kama miezi 6 ambao tunaamini sasa hivi imeisha. Sasa tulipokutana na kupitia uamuzi na kuuchambua, tuliona kwamba kuna mabadiliko ambayo yalitokea hapa katikati ambayo pia kamiti nayo iliyaona. Mojawapo ni sekula ambayo ilitoka mwaka 2021 ambayo ilikuwa inaruhusu watoto kurudi mashuleni. Lakini kukawepo na muongozo wa 2022 ulikuwa unaeleza namna gani ya watoto kurudi mashuleni. Lakini tume ya kamiti ilikuwa imeona hizi sekula pamoja na muongozo na iliamini kwamba muongozo bado haujitoshelezi na ukaendelea kutoa uamuzi. Na uamuzi ndio ulielekeza sasa kwamba Tanzania kama nchi iache tabia ya kuwapima watoto kwa lazima. Tunajua kwamba kitendo chote cha kitabibu kinachofanywa mtu yeyote lazima kifanyike kwa taratibu na kwa ridhaa. Lakini pili, iache tabia ya kuwaondoa mashuleni watoto wamepata ujauzito na pia kuwaruhusu watoto kurudi mashuleni pale ambapo wameshajifungua kama wanataka iwe hivyo. Lakini kingine ikasema pia kuwepo na mazingira wezeshi, yani kutoa elimu ya uzazi kwa watoto. Maana wengine wanaopata hizi mimba wanapata kutopata elimu sahihi au wengine ni wahanga wa kubakwa kulingana na sheria zinavyosema. Sasa tulipokutana hapa tumekuwa na maazimio kadhaa ambayo ndio nilikuwa nimeyasoma, ambapo mojawapo tunarejea yale maamuzi ambayo yametolewa na kamiti. Mojawapo ni kuhakikisha kwamba hii sheria hasa ile GN namba 295/2002 ambayo ndio ilikuwa inatumika kuondoa watoto mashuleni ifutwe na tuachane nayo. Lakini pia kujengwa mazingira wezeshi kwenye miundombinu ya mashule na pia kutoa elimu kwa walimu pamoja na wazazi pamoja na jamii kwa ujumla. Kuwa aware kwa sababu tumekuja kujua kwamba hata baada ya sekula kutoka, hata baada ya mwongozo kutoka, hata baada ya maamuzi, bado shule nyingi sana na walimu hawana uelewa kuhusu watoto wa kike wanaopata ujauzito mashuleni, namna ya kuwasaidia na namna ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanarudi shule kwa sababu bado mazingira bado hayapo kirafiki. Lakini pia jamii ijenge mazingira wezeshi kuwasaidia watoto kwa sababu watoto ni wahanga katika wale wanaopata ujauzito ili waweze kuendelea na shule na masomo yao. Lakini cha mwisho tukawa tunataka nchi ya Tanzania implement haya maamuzi, itekeleze maamuzi ya kamiti kama yalivyotoka. Kwa sababu kwa sasa hivi tuna sekula sio sheria. Tuna mwongozo sio sheria. Kwa hiyo hatuna sera wala sheria yoyote inayojenga mazingira wezeshi ili hata kama serikali itabadilika uongozi akaja mtu mwingine aache kufanya haya ambayo yalifanyika hapa katikati ambaye mhanga mkubwa alikuwa ni mtoto wa kike anayepata mimba akiwa mashuleni. Asanteni.